Hello friends, welcome back. So in the last video, we have seen all the connections for NAS server. So in this video, I am going to show you what is the configuration in BIOS you need to set in your mini PC. So I will directly take you to the major changes I did. Might need to do some trial and error because the module, the PCI to SATA module which you're using, A611166 chipset. So that particular module sometimes it causes issues with a few systems. Basically, that module will not that module needed latest BIOS drivers. Update the BIOS using the Windows, and then later you can remove the Windows OS and all. But make sure your BIOS is latest. You can follow your manufacturing a guide, a manufacturer's guide. Like if you have HP system, Dell system, there will be a lot of YouTube videos to how to upgrade BIOS. So once your BIOS is latest, there are few settings I gonna show you. Okay, so go into BIOS setup. There is nothing you need to change in here. Everything is same in the main menu. So if you see here, this is the main menu. So and one more thing, you might ask like how I get the BIOS, right? Like for HP mini PC, you need to press escape when you turn on the PC and then press escape multiple times. Then basically it will take you to the BIOS screen. So in security also no need to change anything. In advanced, you need to go to secure boot configuration and make sure you disable secure boot. So if you see here I have legacy setup support enable and secure boot disabled. So make sure you have the same settings, because like if secure boot is enabled, you might not your BIOS might not take you to the OS, or it might not go into the OS, because we have some third party and also cheap Alibaba PCI modules here, expanders here. So they might not have proper manufacturing or certification in them. So always disable secure boot. Okay, then come back, and you need to make sure all the devices, the SATA and then Wi-Fi ports and all enabled. Like if you see here, if you go to built-in devices, like I have this M.2 which need to be enabled, and disable the LAN or WAN auto switching. So basically, you gonna use LAN always for NAS. So disable this and go back. And there is options for ports. Make sure you have all the ports enabled. So there is something called ROM launch policy. What that means is ROM is like a drivers BIOS drivers. There are like certain devices which need to be whose drivers need to be present at the BIOS level when the system is booting. So I need to change this mainly because the default setting here is all legacy. That means all the legacy drivers will be loaded into BIOS. But when I use only all legacy, it caused me a problem. Okay, so I changed it to all UFI, then it started working. So when I checked in internet, it said like all UFI will make sure it will load latest drivers as well as old legacy drivers. So that ensures what if you are using any third party modules, those drivers are loaded into BIOS. In all legacy mode, I struck in login screen itself. I'm just seeing HV screen and nothing else. So that's why I need to change to all UFI. Don't confuse with ROM launch policy with secure boot legacy support. Secure boot legacy support is different from ROM launch policy. Okay. Uh, Now let's go back. I'm just since I have all the changes, I don't want to change anything. I'm ignoring changes and exiting. Okay, so now my system is booting again. So I have multiple OS installed in the machine. So I don't want to boot into like the default one. I want to boot into Windows now. So I am pressing escape. If you when I press escape, if you see in the down bottom, you can see that startup, like entering startup menu thing. So that will come whenever you press escape. So again, it will take me to the BIOS, and I will go into Windows in the boot menu. So boot menu, there is BIOS setup, and also there is a boot menu. So I need to go into boot menu and choose Windows as the uh, boot drive. Okay, so if you see here, if I go to boot menu, I can see that I have so many hard disks connected, but I want to choose one from this. So EVM is basically like uh, this is where my NAS is installed in the SSD. So I don't want to go there. It is, I think, the Windows one, because I know, like, because I used it multiple times. So this one is the Windows. So let me go into that one. You can just do trial and error, remove all your hard disks, and just keep your OS, main OS. Then it will automatically go into your OS. So that is also okay. So I have logged into the Windows machine. If you see here, let me enter the password. This is my Windows OS. Connect one more 2.5-inch hard disk, and that's where my Windows is installed. Let's go and see the what are all the devices are there. So if I go to device manager, okay, so if you see here, this is the SSD that we inserted in the in Wi-Fi slot, and then these three are hard disks. So this is the 2.5-inch hard disk, and these two are like the 3.5 disks are connected to the same system. So we have four different storage devices connected to this machine. Okay, so we can also see the storage devices in the disk management too. So if I see here, I have disk 0. So that one has a 1 TB, and there is two disks with 3 TB, and there is also one more disk. This is like SSD. It is 250 GB SSD. Is we want to do something called a smart test to check your disk's performance. So there is something called Crystal Disk Info, like so you can download this from internet. So run this 64-bit one in it. So it will ask you for admin permission. So provide that. So okay. So it is showing all the disk information here. Okay, so right now I am seeing the disk health. So every hard disk has a protocol called something called smart protocol. So that protocol will give you like the health of the hard disk. It is directly, this information is directly coming from hard disk. So if you see here, this hard disk is 1 TB. So the I think this is the hard disk where is my Windows installed. Okay, so if you can see the temperature, and there are like if you see good here, mostly you're fine. Okay, so but there are like a lot more things in here, like read error and spin up time. There are some errors here. So check seek error and all. Check if you are seeing some errors like 10,000, something like that. There are always errors, like there are like 100 errors, or some below 1,000 is fine. But like as your hard disk become older, and and few sectors are not properly working, then what you can see is the unfixable sectors are not so see, if you see here, uncorrectable sector count is 100. 100 is fine, but if you're seeing this number to very high, that means that hard disk is like not working properly. And also, like, mostly there is threshold for everything. If something is way above the threshold, automatically the health will be bad. Okay, so now if you see here, this is my disk one. I have four disks, right? So if I go to disk one, now this is the one first 3 TB one. So here I can see good here, and also like all the parameters are like also 100, around 100 range. So I'm okay with that. And even disk 2, if you see, also like a similar thing. Everything is good here. And this is the disk 3 is my SSD. So SSD has very different values. So SSD doesn't have sectors in it. Like there won't be any spinning or mechanical things in it. So smart tests for SSD is like very different from hard disk. So that's why like it is showing very different values than hard disk. Like hard disk is showing like a current version threshold, but we are not getting that for SSDs. Okay. But that is fine. SSDs do you no need to like if you are buying a second hand SSD, you no need to worry about it because like SSDs are more like there is no spinning parts in SSDs, especially the M2, M.2 or NVMe SSDs. Okay, no need to worry about those. Okay, so this is how you check the health of your hard disk. You can directly do these in the NAS also. Like when you after installing NAS OS, you can do this also. So now let's go into the parameters of like the speed parameters and all. So there is this tool which called like basically this tool is also from Crystal Disk Mark. So you need to download this tool. This tool doesn't work in other OS. It will work in Windows only. So if you see here, this is like there is whenever like you can see like there is some tests happening here and there is read write speeds and all. So you click on all. Basically, what this will do is this will test the all the like whatever drive you selected. Let's say now the C drive is the main OS drive, the one like with 1000 GB. So if I do test all, basically it will take some test data. So make sure you have around at least you keep 8 GB test data and three times you do the test. It will do the averaging and all. And you click on all, this will do the testing. So let me show you the results for all four drives I have. So these are the results for all the four disks. I did the testing, so I didn't show you the testing and all, but it's take too much of time to test. I don't want to waste your time. So there are like read and write, read speed and write speed that everyone knows, but there is something called a sequential read and random read, or a sequential write or random write. So basically, in hard disk you have disk and you have content is written on top of disk, right? Like so let's say if the disk is spinning, you are writing the data in a sequence. That is called sequential write, and if you're reading the data in a sequence, that is called sequential read. In the spinning disk, let's say if you are reading, if that disk is spinning, but you're reading the data like maybe initially like at one point and then at the end and some random places. So that is called random read or random write. So in hard disks, everyone this is a known fact that random read and random write are worst because like it is actually spinning disk. So you are writing at some point and you need to wait for the disk to spin to write somewhere else. So random writes and random reads are like very worst. So if you see here, the almost all three hard disks are in the ballpark of like 200 mbps per second speed. Like you theoretically that's what you get. Like most of the hard disks like even 2.5 3.5 disks you get the 200 mbps read and write. But if you see here, like if I told you, like if you remember, especially like why I am using Wi-Fi slot for a storage, right? And generally the Wi-Fi slot is only one lane, one PCI lane, but the storage, this particular SSD required four PCI lanes. Even I am using Wi-Fi slot only. Because like the theoretical bandwidth of one line of PCIe is, we already discussed this, but I'm just repeating. So the theoretical bandwidth of one line of PCIe is like 1 GB. You can transfer 1 Gbps theoretically in one line of PCIe Gen 3. So I'm almost getting baffled by seeing these results. So I am almost getting theoretical read and write speeds, and also like the random read and write speeds are too good for the SSD I have. And this is where I installed my NAS OS. So the OS will run very fast, very quick. Okay, so we have seen the storage speeds we are getting with the NAS server, both for SSD as well as hard disks. Now the next step is to do the performance testing on the network. So let me show the network diagram in my home. So this is my home network. So basically I have three routers. Let me do a little bit. Yeah. Basically, I have three routers. So this is the first floor router where I'm getting the direct ISP connection. So this first floor router is around 1 Gbps with LAN. Wi-Fi it would be less than LAN. So all the ground floor and second floor routers are like around 300 Mbps will get on LAN. Both are connected to first floor router via LAN and they are all in router mode. And in the first floor router, we have the actual TrueNAS server running. And First floor is where I work. When I work, I will all my mobile system everything connected to the first floor router. And also like this is our target device, like which is the TV. So we want to connect TV to the TrueNAS server. So the True TV is the target device. But if you see here, we have around 300 Mbps cap for this router. That means we can max go for 300 Mbps, which is like enough for my 4K streaming use case. So as of today, like I am in this video, I want to test the connection between TrueNAS server and my laptop within under the same router, and also like and I will take my laptop to the second floor router and also test here. And everything is connected under LAN. So there is a tool called iPerf. So my TrueNAS server is running here. So there is a tool called iPerf. So when I do I'm running a iPerf server here, and I'm running iPerf client in my MacBook, which is connected to the same router as we discussed earlier. So let me run the client. So basically, what iPerf will do is it will send some 20 MB or something to the server and get it back, and it will measure the total bandwidth we are getting. Yeah. So if you see here, we got around 936 MB per second bandwidth between the NAS and the laptop via LAN. So what this proves is there is no bottlenecks, network bottlenecks at NAS side or the first floor router side. So I think even the second floor router also will give us the same performance because there is nothing much going on. There is a router to router connection, so we'll get around 300 Mbps as expected. So that's it for this video. So in this video, we have seen the BIOS settings, and then we have seen storage performance, and then we have seen network performance. So in the next video, like mostly, so there is cooling fan required as we discussed it in earlier. So there is a cooling fan required for the hard disks, which should be controlled by some electronics. So I would discuss. It needs its own video for it, and also like the final video is going to be putting everything in one 10-inch 3D printed rack. I'm waiting for that 3D prints to come. So yep. If you are like first time coming to this channel, like mostly you will get technology related videos like this. If you're interested, please subscribe.